Hello students, in this video let us have a quick recap of chapter 10, King John and the Abbot of Canterbury. Abbot is a man who is the head of an abbey of the monks. The story begins saying that once there was a king of England whose name was John. He was a bad king, for he was harsh and cruel to his people. Now there was in a town of Canterbury a rich man named Abbot who lived in grand style in a great house called Abbey. Every day 100 noble men sat down with him to dine, and 50 brave knights in fine velvet coats and gold chains waited upon him at his table. When King John heard of the way in which the abbot lived, he made up his mind to put up a stop to him. So he sent for the old man to come and see him. As the abbot came, he ordered him. He said, "As I sit here with my crown of gold on my head, you must tell me to within a day just how long shall I live. Secondly, you must tell me how soon I shall ride round the whole world. And lastly, you shall tell me what I think." He gave him 2 weeks' time. The abbot was very sad. To find out his answers, he went to the Oxford University. Not only Oxford, but he went to the Cambridge University, but no one could answer the king's question. This made him very sad, and he met his friend shepherd. The shepherd convinced him that asked him to allow him to see the king. As he visited the king in London, the king was curious to know the answers. The king said, "But prompt as you are, if you fail to answer my 3 questions, you shall lose your head." But the shepherd was ready. To his first question, "How long shall I live?" the shepherd replied, "You shall live until the day that you die, and not 1 day longer, and you shall die when you take your last breath, and not 1 moment before." And the king laughed. To the second question, "And now tell me how soon I may ride round the world," the shepherd replied, "You must rise with the sun, and you must ride the sun until it rises again the next morning. And as soon as you do that, you will find that you have ridden round the world in 24 hours. So that was another funny answer given by the shepherd. The king laughed again, and he said, "I did not think that it could be done so soon. You are not only witty, but you are wise, and we will let this answer pass. And now comes my third and last question. What do I think?" "This is an easy question," the shepherd said. "You think that I am the Abbot of Canterbury, but to tell you the truth, I am only his poor shepherd, and I have come to beg your pardon for him and for me." And with that, he threw off his long gown. The king laughed and laughed. The king really laughed loud and long. "A merry fellow you are," the king said, "and you shall be the Abbot of Canterbury in your master's place." But the shepherd, he refused. He said, I can neither read nor write, O dear king. Very well then, I will give you something else to pay you for this merry joke. I will give you 4 pieces of silver every week as long as you live. And when you get home, you may tell the old abbot that you have brought him a free pardon from King John. So, this is how the shepherd solved the questions of the king and saved the life of the abbot. I hope you understood the story well. I shall see you soon in the next video. Until then,